the Winchester Wildcat 22 long rifle. Believe it or not, this is the first Winchester rifle that I have ever owned. We're going to shoot it, we're going to talk about it here on Riders Range. I want to welcome you to Riders Range, and thanks for joining us while we take a quick look at this Winchester Wildcat 22 long rifle. I just picked this up the other day. A friend won it and had no use for it. She doesn't shoot, so she offered it to me for a decent price. Going price on these is probably right around $250, which is what I paid for this. So no complaints about the price. But for $250, this is a nice gun. It weighs about 3 pounds 14 ounces, just as you see it. By the way, this is box stock. It has not been modified in any way, shape, or form for the YouTube reviewers. This is not a modified gun, but there are some interesting factory additions on it that you might see on other modified guns, but again, this one isn't. So it has an 18-inch barrel, a lightweight polymer stock that is skeletonized, again, for a weight reduction. It has a built-in Picatinny rail on the top, and this one has peep sights, or ghost ring sights if you want to call them that, and just a plain blade on the front. The rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation by loosening the set screw right here and moving the sight forward, backward, left, right, and as it goes forward or backward, it goes up and down the ramp to change your elevation. So rudimentary, but hey, it does work. You can mount a scope on the pick rail on here on top if you want to. I have not. I may at some point. You'll notice some red on this. That red is a little bit different from the function of some things you may expect on a gun that's similar in a lot of ways to the 1022, and that's because the magazine looks like a 1022 mag. I want to talk more about the mag in just a minute, but it inserts, and as you saw, by the way, this magazine is empty. There's nothing in it. Bolts open. There's nothing in the chamber. It inserts just like a 1022 magazine from the bottom, locked in place. And of course, at 1022, you would have a magazine release up here in front to pop it out, as you can on this, or you can just grab these two red rails, one on each side, pull back, magazine pops out. Much easier than working the function in front. One other thing on the magazine that goes with the Winchester is last round hold open. You don't get that with Ruger mags. Now, you can use Ruger mags in here, the 1022 mags, but they won't hold the bolt open on the last shot, whereas this does. And you can release the bolt by pulling down on this red lever right here. Makes it nice and easy. Again, easier than working the Ruger style lever on the front. Typical cross bolt safety that blocks the trigger only. And interesting gun. We're going to take a few shots here using just some plain Aguila 40 grain ammunition. We're going to shoot at 50 yards with the peep sights. Again, I'm not a rifle guy. There's no optics on this, so I hope I can hit the target at 50 yards. We'll see. All right, top target with the Aguila 40 grain. All right, no real complaints. Only got 5 shots in here. Let's see how the other 4 go. All right, they're scattered a little bit. That's me. I'm not a rifle guy. The last shot did hold the bolt open. Let me reset the cameras. We'll talk a little more about this gun. All right, again, not a rifle guy. No excuses. The gun with that ammunition, I'm sure it'll do its part. We're going to try it with some Federal Ultramatch here in a couple of minutes. But one thing about this magazine is that it has, on the back here, I don't know if the camera will focus on that, but there's a like a gear on the back, and if you rotate that gear, it moves the follower down and theoretically makes it a little easier to load. It's a little hard rotating the gear. I have to use my fingernail to do it, and I found that this magazine loads pretty easy by itself anyway. So it's a nice addition that you don't find on a Ruger mag, and again, it is translucent, so you can see how many rounds you have in it, again, unlike a Ruger mag. We're going to shoot the next rounds out of a mag that's intended for the 1022, but nice little addition that Winchester has made for this particular gun. I like it. All right, the gun does shoot nice. Trigger comes in at just under 4.5 pounds consistently. It's a 1022 type trigger, and there's a couple other features about this that I can't. I'll show you, but I can't show you how I get there, because that would have to, I'd have to disassemble the gun, even though it's designed real simple to do it. But we'll talk more about that here in just a minute. But YouTube doesn't allow disassembly to show you how a gun is supposed to be taken out apart to clean, but we won't go there. All right, takedown is super simple on this gun. I can't show you how, I can't show you the process of doing it, but simply put, you push in on this little red button right here in back, and the whole trigger group drops out, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. All right, here's the trigger group after it comes out. Again, this is the button that gets pushed. This whole thing drops right out, pivots on a pivot point up here in the front, and the bolt handle pivots as it comes out, and it'll pivot back as it goes in. You pop this out, it's easy to run a brush straight through the bore from the breech end, as it's supposed to be cleaned, and then this pops right back in. Hook the tab on the inside of the receiver, push the button in, push up, snaps in place, you're ready to go. Can't be simpler. So this also has, you can see it right here, 2 Allen wrenches. The larger of the 2 Allen wrenches takes the stock and the upper receiver apart, and the small one you can just barely see in here is what's used for the sight adjustment. So self-contained, easy to get to the tools, and real easy to clean. You can't be simpler. All right, this is another magazine designed for Ruger. It's not a Ruger brand magazine, but it does work. We got the Federal Ultra Match Gold Medal target ammunition in here, and we're going to go for the bottom target. And again, peep sights. I'm not a rifle guy. I'm making my excuses ahead of time. All right, 5 shots. Bolt does not hold open because it's not the Winchester magazine, but it does come out just as easy the same way. Can I make this Winchester Wildcat 22 work on 2-inch steel plates at 25 yards with these, with the peep sight system on this? I don't know. Let's give it a try. All right, we're just using the Aguila 40 grain, and we're going to go for the red plates there at the bottom. They're in the weeds, just barely see them. Can I get them with the peep sight? That's interesting. All right, got one. Try for the one next to it. All right, that got the first one down. Let's go for the right 2. See if I get that first one back up again. All right, they're all up, aren't they? Yeah, hard to see from here. Let's go for that center, so I can knock them back down again. All right, got a black spinner on the right. All right, let's go for the bottom part. Oh, pulled that one. Well, moved it, that's it. And again, holds back on the last shot. All right, the one other thing I didn't show is a sling swivel mount on the front. There's also one on the back, and a pick rail on the front if you want to mount a light. And it does have a nice handy cover on it that gives it a smoother profile, so you don't necessarily see the pick rail. Full free floating barrel, and you know, again, for a $250 gun that shoots relatively decent, shoots better than I can, that's light, has a decent trigger, super simple to clean, magazines that are pretty much universally available, and the Winchester mag does hold back, and some functional features that you don't see on the Ruger 1022. Really a great starter gun, a great just backpacking in the woods 22, nice and light, easy to carry. So we give this gun a thumbs up. We hope you give Riders Range or this video a thumbs up. By all means, we appreciate it if you share the video on other platforms. If you comment down below, we appreciate that. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, click on the notifications bell, and comment on anything you want to info@ridersrange.com, and we'll do our best to get back with you. So a relatively quick look at my first Winchester rifle, the Winchester Wildcat 22. Thanks so much for stopping by.